All right. How's it going, everyone? We are into chapter 7 now, and we're talking about the Constitution. So we finished up last unit with the end of the Revolutionary War. Now we need to figure out how we're going to create a government for this war. So start out the chapter beginning of the week, you guys. If you go onto your Google Classroom and look at the scope and sequence here, first week we're learning about the Articles of Confederation, and I asked you to read section 1, and we're going to have some discussion about that section. So first thing, this is the questions that I wanted you guys to take a look at while you were reading and try and answer so we can have a discussion over them and expand a little bit on those. Our essential question for this section is, how effective was the government under the Articles of Confederation? So let's just go through a couple of these right off the bat. Jim, could you answer this first question for us? What do we call that document that outlines organization of government? Yes, very good. The Constitution is what we call that. So the Articles of Confederation was which the founders chose to use as our first go at government to see what they could come up with. And I think what we're going to learn about in this section is a lot of the shortcomings of that Articles of Confederation. So let's just continue on here. The two-house system. All right. Now, we didn't have this two-house system in our Articles of Confederation yet. Instead, where did we find this system and what did we call it? Okay, let's hear from Kim. Okay, that is correct, Kim. It was a bicameral system, and it was found in the state government, right? Not yet in the Articles of Federation. What did we have for the Articles of Federation as far as a sort of legislative branch, right? They were just each representatives from each one of the states that had existed at that time. Okay, so what we're looking for is to come up with a way of not having a monarchy. So this is where we get our next question, which is, what is meant by the word republic? All right, let's get an answer for that one. Very good. Yes, that republic is a representative government, right? We're looking to come up with a way to not have a monarchy. And, this is really the most relevant way for us even today, when we can't vote on every single law we want to come up with. So we need to come up with a way to show each individual's representation in our government. And how we do that is by electing our officials and allowing them to vote on our behalf. Okay, number 4, moving on, is the Articles of Confederation. I wanted to know what powers they were granted in this for Congress and which they were denied. And I also added to that, and I want to know why you thought, right? You wouldn't have found this in the reading, but I want to ask you what you guys really think the reason was that they were denied these powers. All right, so let's take a couple minutes, think about that, and just sort of over what we've discussed so far and come up with that. Okay. Yeah, we got some answers from that. That was a good discussion. All right, let's move on. Right, we're just going to go through all of these and talk about them and see how they go. we skip down here to the bottom now after our discussion's been going on for a while. And we're at the last one here where we're talking about Britain and Spain and what the problem was that Congress had with settling these issues, right? And throughout this whole discussion we've had today, we've come up with the Articles of Confederation just weren't that powerful, right? It goes back up here to our essential question: how effective was government under the Articles of Confederation? What do we say, class? Yes, that's correct. It was not powerful. So they needed to come up with a different way. It didn't have enough power. It wasn't a central power, right? It was just all of these individual states coming together saying we need to come together, but they didn't want to give any power to one individual. They each wanted to keep their own power. So make sure you read through this again and you're all good. We're going to take a quick quiz. I will have that available on Google Classroom tomorrow. It's only about 10 questions or so. Just read through those, answer those quickly, and we can move on from there. It's not going to be introduced for a couple of weeks yet, but I just wanted to let you know that we are going to be doing a project for this class, so sort of keep that in mind. I also wanted to emphasize how important, right, this unit is to pretty much our entire semester together. This is, learning about the Constitution and getting a clear understanding of that is really going to be the most beneficial thing we're going to get out of the semester. So just keep that in mind as we're going through the unit. I will see you guys next week. It was great hearing and seeing from all of you, and we will talk to you later. Again, just keep up with looking at Google Classroom as far as updates, but the chapter is pretty much lined up in that scope and sequence for you. Have a good weekend. Thanks.